of you weren't aware, I have an ongoing submission item on my No Fluff Training Facebook page where it's kind of like Leigh's mailbag, and you agents out there can tell me, what do you need to talk about? What do you need advice on? You know, what's happening in your business? Well, one of my submissions that came in this week said that there are some people wandering around social media talking about what Leigh would do. Now, I will tell you, when I'm thinking about professionalism and courtesy to other realtors, the first thing I'll tell you that what Leigh does when we're talking about each other is not what Leigh would have done 16 years ago when I got in, y'all. I've had to grow and change a lot in real estate. I used to be really harsh on other people. I didn't cut them much slack. I thought it was my way or the highway. And so frankly, as I get older and more established in my real estate business, I still think I'm right most of the time, but my approach is less my way or the highway and more, how can I help other people get better? So when you see an agent who posts awful pictures of a listing online, going to social media and talking smack about their photos, not helpful to the consumer or to your professional reputation, and it's not helping anybody. So if I see really bad pictures in the MLS, I'll usually shoot a note to that agent or even pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, you might not be aware that your listing is being perceived this way. Now, when I make those phone calls and send those emails, no, it is not well received a lot of the time, even if I am being as sweet as sugar candy. But the thing is, y'all, I'm going to reach out to that person and try to help them see where they could be doing a better job. Same thing when I rail on about bad agent telephone manners. That is not me slamming anybody in particular. It is about how we are all perceived in this industry. So when I call somebody back when they've called with questions about my listing and they say, hello, I'm going to tell them that perhaps they should answer the phone with their name and the name of their company so that they can be perceived better in the consumer's eyes. I'm going to give that feedback to that person. I'm not going to go on social media and talk smack about that person. I might make a generalized video or post about how we could all do better. So when you wonder what Leigh would do, if you are needing to fire a seller who is unreasonable, you're going to call that seller and tell them why it's time for you to part ways. And you're not going to go on social media and talk smack about that particular part of the general public. You might make a general post about how the public could treat realtors better. There are ways to discuss getting better without being personal. But I will tell you, it doesn't do any of us any good if we rail publicly and yet forget that each of us is a human being that might just be in need of a little more training and a little more guidance to get better. So when you want to know what Leigh would do, think, be kind, be direct, and always be yourself.